Let's see. This is a deck profile and some cards for trade. So, cards for trade is my Ultra LOB exodia set. So, the head, left arm, left leg, right leg. So, yeah, it's Ultra LOB. So, that's your trade if you want it. So, yeah, now on to the deck the deck profile. It's 6 samurai. So, to start off, 3 Kageki. This is a really good card. If you summon it, lets you summon a 6 samurai monster. Also, when there's another 6 samurai on the field, it gains 1,500, so it's basically like 1,700. Also, it's really good if you draw this on your first turn, a Kagemusha and a Kageki. First you normal Kageki, special Kagemusha, sync for your Shien. So yeah, that's really good. It's one of my favorite things to do on the first turn with this deck. Next, the red and blue Mizohu and Shinai. This card is basically like a hand, except it can only activate once per turn, and its effect is, and you can also destroy any card in the field. It doesn't have to be a monster. Sorry if there's a glare, but Shinai Mizohu. Also, there's a combo. It says like if there's one of these on the field, then you can special summon the other. But if you play this, special this, activate its effect, destroy this, send it to the graveyard. You get to destroy one of your opponent's cards, and also when this goes to the graveyard, you get to add 1/6 samurai back to your hand. So, say you had all 3 of your Kagemushas in the graveyard, and you wanted to get another one. If this got sent to the graveyard because that effect, you get to add one of the Kagemushas back, so that can help you get your Sheen out. So, yeah, 2 Grandmasters. It's pretty good. You only run 2 because 3 is too much and 1 just isn't enough. And the main reason you only run 2 is because there can only be 1 on the field at a time. So that's like probably the main reason you only run 2. Also, 2 Sheen Squire. If one of your 6 samurai, say like your Shien's about to get destroyed, you can send this to the graveyard from your hand and it can't be destroyed this turn. So that's really good. And also it's a tuner, so it helps you get out your Shien with like a level 4 6 samurai monster. And this is a card that I need another one of. 2 keys on. Yeah, that's probably the only card that I need for this deck. I need another one to make 3. So yeah, this card's really good. It's basically a Grandmaster, except it has 18, and there can be more than 1 on the field. And what's good about having more than 1 on the field is that with more than 1 on the field, then and with more than 1 on the field, then it's better. And also, if there's 2 or more 6 samurais, it gains 300, which brings it to 21, which is basically like a Grandmaster. So it's like a Grandmaster, except you can have more than 1 on the field at a time. Yaichi, this gets rid of their back row. So basically, it gets rid of those mirror forces and other stuff that you don't want them to activate if you don't have a Shien to negate it. Anishi Sheen's Counselor, to get him out, you have to remove 2 monsters from play from your graveyard, 6 samurai monsters from play from your graveyard. But once per turn, you can destroy one of your opponent's monsters. So say this was the only monster in your hand, and your opponent had a really big monster that you needed to get rid of. You can remove 2 6 samurais, get this out, use this effect, destroy that monster. And that just basically is something good to get rid of your opponent's monsters. And the legendary 6 samurai Anishi, this one's called Anishi Sheen's Chancellor. They basically have the same effect, except this one you can just play right away, but except this one's worse because every single time you wanna what is it? You want to destroy a monster. You have to remove 2 from play. So if you want, but you can activate it more than once per turn, I think. Okay, Great Shogun Sheen. This is a really good combo with the legendary six samurai Sheen, which is a synchro. So basically, his effect is that your opponent can only activate 1 spell or trap per turn. So they activate their 1 spell or trap. Sheen negates it, and because of this card, they can't activate it anymore. So that's really good. Iru. This card is really good because it gets rid of their stuff like Raikos and anything that has a flip effect. His effect is when you attack a face down defense position monster, it's destroyed immediately without flipping. Zanji. A lot of people don't want to run this card, but I think it's really good for it because say your opponent had a really high monster, well, if you had another 6 samurai on the field, you could play this, attack that monster, it get destroyed. This card would be destroyed, and you take the damage. But since that card is still on the field, his effect is it's destroyed automatically. So that card's really good for like suicide. 2 reinforcement of the army. It helps you get like your Kageki, your Kizan, your Kagemusha, and it's really good because it brings the cards that you need from your deck to your hand. Sheen Smoke Signal. It's basically the same thing, except you can't get your Kizan or anything out. So basically you're just going to use this for blue, red, Kageki, or Kagemusha. Then 2 legendary Even Steeds. That is really good. If you equip it to a 6 samurai monster, that monster gains 200, and also this takes a hit for it if it's going to get destroyed. 1 United, I mean, a lot of people want more. I mean, one of the main reasons is I don't have more, but I don't think it's totally essential to have more than one. 1 Gateway, because that's all you can run. It's probably one of the best cards because it helps you get cards out. It helps you revive cards. It gives your 6 samurai monsters attack. Also, the warrior returning alive. That helps you get cards that were in the graveyard back to your hand, which is good, especially if you have something good in the graveyard that you don't want, like Kizan. You could get it back to your hand if you have another 6 samurai special. Mirror Force. Basically, just in case like you didn't draw anything good, or your opponent has a really high attack position monster. Attack monster to destroy it. 3 Sheen's Castle of Mist. That card is really good. If your opponent attacks a 6 samurai monster, it loses 500 attack. So that's a really good card to stop people from attacking and give you more time to get your Sheen out. Return of the 6, I've done a lot of combos where I summoned a red or a blue, had the set, flipped it, got a Kagemusha back, synced for 5, got a Sheen. So that card is really good. Cunning, like if you have a Kizan or a Sheen in the graveyard or something like that, something really good, then you could play one of your like bad monsters, like a red, blue, Kageki, Kagemusha, one that doesn't have that good of effect or doesn't have high attack points. Activate this, send that card to the graveyard, and get back the card that's like really good. Smashing Ground, Raigeki Break, and Fissure. This is basically just to get rid of your opponent's cards and destroy them. Also, if you use, there's not really anything else that does anything good for that. MST, just to get rid of your opponent's back rows. Temple of the 6, for each 6 samurai monster you play, it gets a Bushido counter. For every Bushido counter on it, every 6 samurai on the field gains 100 attack. So this is good because the Bushido counters can be used for Gateway of the 6, and also it can make your cards have higher attack. Gold Sarcophagus, just to get cards to your hand. I only use 1 because with other stuff like Reinforcement of the Army, Sheen Smoke Signal, stuff like that, you don't really need two, because with those it helps you get the cards to your hands and you don't even have to wait 2 turns. So that's really good. Also, this is my extra deck. I need more cards. I'm looking for a black rose. I think I might put a red dragon archery in. I'm not sure. But 3 Sheehan. This is probably the best card in the deck. And basically it is because it's 2,500 attack, 1,400 defense. Its effect is it can negate a spell or trap once per turn. So it's really, really good. And you can activate its effect during your turn once and your opponent's turn. So that's really good. And Stardust Dragon, just because I can. It's a really good card. I mean, I just put it in there because I didn't have anything else, and it's really good. So, yep, that's my 6 Samurai deck. If it's not for trade or sale, I need another keys on, and also, yeah, the LOB Exodia set is for trade. So, see ya. Oh yeah, and the LOB Exodia set is in mint condition.